we meet Sarah, a 35-year-old woman living in Vancouver, Canada. She is a respected therapist, married to David, a talented architect. Together, they have a life that many would consider perfect, except for the absence of children, a constant shadow over their happiness. Sarah had always dreamed of being a mother. After years of unsuccessful attempts and treatments, she discovers she is infertile. The news hits her hard, destroying the image of the perfect life she and David had built. Social pressure and constant comparisons with her colleague, Penelope, who has 2 children, intensify her pain. Feeling humiliated and desolate, Sarah isolates herself, plunging into a deep state of sadness. Her relationship with David begins to suffer as they both struggle to cope with the devastating reality. In a moment of despair, Sarah decides to visit a small historic church in Quebec, seeking peace and answers. There, she offers a sincere and desperate prayer, promising that if a miracle were to happen, and she had a child, she would dedicate her life and theirs to serving others. Sarah leaves the church with a renewed sense of hope and purpose, even without knowing how or if her prayer would be answered. After her visit to the church in Quebec, Sarah returns to Vancouver with a renewed sense of hope. The city, with its majestic mountains and ocean backdrop, seems to reflect the new perspective she carries in her heart. Although there were still no signs of change in her condition, something inside her had transformed. She begins to invest her time in volunteer activities, helping children in local shelters as a way to fulfill part of her promise. Sarah discovers a shelter called Open Hearts, a welcoming place where vulnerable children find refuge and love. The environment is filled with vibrant colors and children's laughter, a contrast to the silent pain she carried. Upon entering the shelter for the first time, she feels an immediate connection with the place, as if her soul recognized it as a space for healing. While dedicating herself to volunteer work, Sarah meets Emily, a young woman who works at the shelter and possesses unwavering faith. Emily, with her blonde hair and compassionate blue eyes, becomes a friend and confidant. The 2 women often meet for coffee after work, discussing life and spirituality. Emily, with her simple and profound wisdom, encourages Sarah to keep her hope and faith alive, sharing stories of miracles she has witnessed at the shelter. The friendship with Emily and the work at the shelter begin to fill the void left by infertility. Sarah feels a special connection with the children, and each smile and hug she receives is like a balm for her wounded soul. She sees herself reflected in each child, in their hopes and dreams, and this motivates her to continue her journey of faith. Observing the change in Sarah, David begins to participate in the activities with her, strengthening their bond. He sees the sparkle return to Sarah's eyes, and it warms his heart. One afternoon at the shelter, Sarah meets a girl named Lily who is waiting for adoption. Lily, with her curly hair and contagious smile, possesses a vibrant energy that immediately captivates Sarah. The connection between the 2 is instant and deep, awakening feelings in Sarah that she hadn't experienced in a long time. Lily, with her innocence and joy, brings new hope to Sarah's heart. Sarah begins to realize that perhaps the miracle she had been waiting for could manifest in a different way than she had imagined. Lily's presence in her life makes her question the true meaning of motherhood and how love can transcend biological ties. In the days following her encounter with Lily, Sarah couldn't get the girl out of her mind. Each interaction with her felt like a glimpse of something greater, a promise that true love can arise from the most unexpected situations. Sarah started seeing Lily not just as a child at the shelter, but as an essential part of her life. As Sarah delved deeper into her work at the shelter, she and Emily continued to meet regularly. Emily, always perceptive, noticed the change in Sarah and encouraged her to explore her feelings. "Sometimes miracles don't come in the way we expect," Emily said with a gentle smile. "Sometimes they come disguised as opportunities that challenge us to see beyond what's in front of us." These words resonated deeply with Sarah. She began to consider adoption as a real possibility, a way to fulfill the promise she had made. The idea of adopting Lily brought with it a mix of fear and excitement. She and David spent nights discussing what this would mean for their lives and the future they had always envisioned. David, who was initially hesitant, began to open up to the idea as he saw the positive impact Lily had on Sarah. He also started spending more time at the shelter, getting to know Lily and understanding the special connection she had with Sarah. Seeing them together, laughing and playing, brought a new perspective to David, who began to see adoption not as a plan B, but as a path destined for them. One Sunday afternoon, while Sarah and David were walking through Stanley Park, surrounded by the vibrant colors of autumn, Sarah finally found the courage to express her feelings. "David, I feel like Lily is the miracle we've been waiting for," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "I believe she is the answer to the prayer I made in that church." David stopped, looking into Sarah's eyes. He saw the sincerity and hope shining there and felt his heart open. "If Lily is our miracle, then we should welcome her with open arms," he replied, holding Sarah's hand firmly. With this decision, Sarah and David began the adoption process. It was a path filled with bureaucratic and emotional challenges, but each obstacle only reinforced their determination. Sarah felt that each signature, each meeting with social workers, was a step closer to completing their family. Throughout this process, Sarah continued her work at the shelter, now with a new understanding and purpose. She shared her story with other families, inspiring them to see beyond difficulties and believe in the possibility of miracles in their own lives. Finally, the long-awaited day arrived. Sarah and David went to the shelter to bring Lily home. As they walked together out of the shelter, under the golden light of the setting sun, Sarah felt a deep peace and gratitude fill her heart. She knew that although the path had been filled with challenges and uncertainties, love and faith had prevailed. Lily, now officially part of the family, brought new joy and meaning to Sarah and David's lives. And so, the miracles Sarah had longed for manifested not only in her life, but in the lives of everyone around her, showing that true love transcends any barrier. With Lily now part of their family, Sarah and David entered a new phase of their lives, filled with unexpected challenges and joys. The house, once quiet, now resonated with laughter and the vibrant energy of a child. Each day brought new discoveries and learning moments for everyone. Sarah, who had always been dedicated to her work, began to realize that her true calling was at home with her family. She decided to reduce her hours at the clinic to spend more time with Lily, following every step of her development. This decision, though initially difficult, brought a balance that had been missing in her life. Meanwhile, David also experienced a transformation. His relationship with Lily led him to reevaluate his priorities and find new meaning in his work. He began involving Lily in small architectural projects, encouraging her curiosity and creativity. Together, they spent hours building block castles and drawing imaginary cities. The bond between Sarah, David, and Lily grew stronger each day, fortifying the family in ways they had never imagined. Evenings were filled with stories by the fireplace, where Sarah and David would tell Lily about how she had transformed their lives. Lily, with her bright and curious eyes, listened intently, feeling loved and secure. However, The journey was not without its challenges. Lily, like any child, had her moments of insecurity and questions about her past. Sarah and David, aware of the importance of being honest and supportive, always responded with love and patience, assuring Lily that she was deeply loved and wanted. One day, during a walk in the park, Lily asked Sarah about the promise she had made in the church. Surprised by the question, Sarah knelt beside Lily and explained gently, "I promised that if I had a child, I would dedicate my life to serving them and others. And you, my dear, are the answer to that promise." Lily, with a sweet smile, hugged Sarah, feeling the truth and love in her mother's words. This moment became a milestone in both of their lives, solidifying the understanding that miracles can come in unexpected, and that true love is the greatest gift of all. Over time, Sarah's, David's, and Lily's story began to inspire other families in the community. They shared their experiences at local events and support groups, encouraging others to explore alternative paths to happiness and fulfillment. Sarah also resumed her work at the shelter, now with Lily by her side. Together, they helped other children and families, sharing their story of love and hope. Emily, who had been a crucial part of Sarah's journey, continued to support her, delighted to see how Sarah's faith had manifested so beautifully. The transformation in Sarah's and David's lives was not only personal, but also spiritual. They found a new depth in their faith, recognizing that the challenges they had faced had strengthened and united them. Lily's presence in their lives was a constant reminder that love and faith can overcome any obstacle. And so, Sarah's, David's, and Lily's journey continued, filled with love, challenges, and miracles, showing that true transformation comes from within, and that with faith and love, anything is possible. The story of Sarah, David, and Lily began to spread through the Vancouver community, touching lives in ways they never imagined. Their example of love, faith, and resilience inspired many to reconsider their own circumstances and seek the extraordinary in everyday life. In their neighborhood, Sarah and David became seen as community leaders. They organized gatherings and talks about adoption and the importance of creating bonds that transcend biological ties. These events brought together people of all ages and backgrounds, creating a space for support and sharing experiences. Sarah, with her ability to connect emotionally with people, began sharing her story at conferences and workshops focused on emotional and spiritual healing. She spoke about the importance of keeping hope alive, even in the most challenging situations, and how faith can be a powerful guide in times of uncertainty. David, on the other hand, found a new passion in his architectural work. Inspired by Lily's creativity, he began designing community spaces that promoted interaction and inclusion. One of his most ambitious projects was the creation of an accessible playground where all children, regardless of their abilities, could play together. Park became a symbol of unity and hope in the community. Lily, growing up in an environment filled with love and support, flourished each day. She was a curious and lively child, always ready to make new friends and learn new things. Her presence was a constant source of joy for Sarah and David, who saw her as the miracle that continued to unfold in their lives. Lily's relationship with Emily, Sarah's friend, also deepened. Emily became a kind of mentor to Lily, teaching her about the importance of kindness, empathy, and service to others. Together, they organized small events at the shelter, where Lily shared her story and encouraged other children to believe in their own dreams. Over time, the story of Sarah, David, and Lily attracted the attention of local media. They were invited to participate in television and radio programs where they shared their journey of faith and transformation. This visibility brought new opportunities for Sarah and David to expand their community work, reaching even more people. One of the most emotional moments occurred when Sarah was invited to speak at a national conference on spirituality and healing. In front of an audience of hundreds, she shared the story of her promise at the church and how Lily's arrival had transformed their lives. Her message of hope and resilience touched everyone present, receiving a standing ovation. The journey of Sarah, David, and Lily showed that miracles are not just extraordinary events that happen suddenly, but also the small changes and decisions we make every day. They learned that love, when shared, has the power to transform not only their lives, but also the world around them. And so, the story of Sarah, David, and Lily continued to inspire and encourage those who heard it, conveying a message that with faith and love, anything is possible. Life for Sarah, David, and Lily seemed to be in harmonious balance. But as often happens in stories of faith and transformation, the calm was interrupted by an unexpected event that would test the strength of their bonds and the depth of their faith. During a routine medical checkup, Lily was diagnosed with a rare health condition requiring immediate and complex treatment. The news hit the family like a storm, bringing forth fears and uncertainties they thought they had overcome. Although shaken, Sarah and David decided to face the situation with the same faith and determination that had guided them this far. Determined to find the best solution for Lily, Sarah embarked on an exhaustive search for specialists and innovative treatments. She spent hours researching, connecting with doctors and families who had faced similar challenges. David, in turn, provided emotional support, ensuring that Lily felt safe and loved regardless of the circumstances. Emily, a faithful friend and confidant, stood by Sarah throughout the process. She organized prayer vigils and support meetings, rallying the community around the family. The response was overwhelming, with friends, neighbors, and even strangers offering support, resources, and words of encouragement. Despite her condition, Lily maintained a resilient and optimistic spirit. Her strength and courage inspired everyone around her, especially Sarah and David, who saw in their daughter a constant source of hope. Lily, with her childlike wisdom, often comforted her parents, saying, "Mommy, Daddy, I know everything will be all right." The turning point came in the form of a doctor in Toronto, known for his innovative approaches to treating Lily's condition. After a series of consultations and exams, he proposed a treatment plan that, while risky, offered a good chance of recovery. After much reflection and prayer, Sarah and David decided to proceed with the treatment. The community's support was crucial during this period. Friends took turns helping with daily tasks, allowing Sarah and David to focus entirely on Lily. The words of encouragement and constant prayers created a network of love and hope that sustained the family in their most difficult moments. Lily's treatment was a success, and she began to show signs of recovery faster than expected. The news brought a wave of relief and gratitude to everyone who had been rooting for her. Looking back, Sarah and David realized that this experience, while challenging, had further strengthened their family bonds and the faith that united them. Facing Lily's health condition taught Sarah and David that miracles can manifest in unexpected ways, often through the people and circumstances we encounter along the way. They learned that even in moments of darkness, the light of love and faith can illuminate the path to healing and transformation. With Lily recovered and the family more united than ever, Sarah, David, and Lily continued their journey, now with a deeper understanding of the power of faith and love. They knew that, Regardless of future challenges, they were equipped with the most powerful tools: hope, resilience, and a loving community around them. With Lily's recovery, the lives of Sarah, David, and Lily took on a new rhythm, but the recent experience left deep marks and a new perspective on what truly matters. They realized that their journey was not just about finding and living their own miracles, but also about helping others find theirs. Inspired by the strength and resilience Lily had shown, Sarah decided to use her experience to create something that could benefit other families facing similar challenges. She began working on a project to establish a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting families with children who have rare health conditions. The project, named Light of Hope, aimed to provide resources, emotional and financial support, and create a network connecting families, doctors, and specialists. Sarah believed that by sharing her story and experience, she could offer hope and guidance to those who felt lost and alone in their journeys. David, with his experience in architecture, became actively involved in the project, helping to design a community center that would serve as a safe and welcoming space for families. The center would be a place where they could find support, participate in workshops and events, and simply connect with others who understood their struggles. Lily, now healthy and full of energy, also became involved in the project. She became a sort of ambassador for Light of Hope, participating in events and sharing her story with other children. Her presence and enthusiasm were a source of inspiration for everyone who met her, showing that true strength comes from within. The Vancouver community, which had already shown so much support to the family, embraced the project with enthusiasm. Volunteers came forward to help. Donations began to pour in, and Sarah and David's dream began to take shape. The community center was inaugurated in an emotional ceremony, attended by many of the people who had been part of the family's journey. During the inauguration ceremony, Sarah gave a moving speech, thanking everyone who had supported her family and highlighting the importance of never losing hope. We believe that every challenge brings with it the opportunity for growth and transformation, she said, with tears of gratitude in her eyes. And together, we can create a world where love and faith overcome any obstacle. The impact of Light of Hope was immediate. Families from across the region began to benefit from the resources and support offered, creating a network of solidarity and compassion. Sarah and David, seeing the positive impact of their work, felt more fulfilled than ever, knowing they were making a difference in the lives of so many people. Over time, the organization grew, expanding its activities and reaching even more families throughout Canada. The story of Sarah, David, and Lily continued to inspire, showing that even in the most difficult circumstances, love and faith can create miracles that resonate far beyond our own lives. With the success of Light of Hope, the lives of Sarah, David, and Lily became a living testimony to the power of love and faith. The community center became a beacon of hope for many families, and their story was told across Canada, inspiring similar actions in other communities. Sarah, now a respected and beloved figure in the community, continued to lead the organization with passion and dedication. She became involved in awareness campaigns about rare health conditions and worked tirelessly to ensure that all families had access to the resources they needed. Her personal story of a woman who turned her pain into purpose touched many hearts and motivated others to get involved in the cause. David, for his part, found new ways to integrate his passion for architecture into the work of the organization. He began designing spaces in hospitals and clinics that were welcoming and comfortable for children and their families. His work was recognized for its ability to create environments that promote healing and well-being, and he was invited to collaborate on projects in other cities. Lily, now a teenager, was about to embark on her own journey. Inspired by her family's story, she decided to study medicine with a focus on pediatrics. Her determination and compassion made her an exemplary student, always ready to help others and learn more about how she could make a difference. Before leaving for university, Lily organized a special event at the Light of Hope Center, where she shared her dreams and thanked everyone who had been part of her life. During the event, Lily gave an emotional speech reflecting on her journey and the challenges she had overcome. "I am living proof that love can transform lives," she said, looking at the audience filled with friends, family, and community members. "And I am excited to continue this legacy, helping other children find their own light of hope." The event was a celebration not only of Lily, but of everything that Light of Hope had achieved. Sarah and David saw their daughter ready to face the world, armed with the same faith and determination that had guided them for so many years. With Lily heading to university, Sarah and David reflected on the path they had taken. They knew that, although their family was following new paths, the legacy of love and hope they had created would continue to grow and inspire others. In the years that followed, Light of Hope expanded its activities, reaching new communities and helping thousands of families find support and healing. The story of Sarah, David, and Lily became a symbol of resilience and faith, showing that with love and determination, it is possible to overcome any challenge and create a lasting legacy of hope and compassion. And so their journey continued, marked by new challenges and achievements, but always guided by the same light of hope that had united them from the beginning. They knew that, no matter where life took them, they were ready to face anything together, with love and faith as their greatest weapons. As the years passed, Light of Hope became a respected and cherished institution, not only in Vancouver, but throughout Canada. The impact of Sarah, David, and Lily spread, inspiring new generations to believe in the power of community and personal transformation. Sarah, now a sought-after speaker at international conferences on health and well-being, traveled to share her story and the mission of Light of Hope. In each presentation, she emphasized the importance of community and faith, demonstrating how collective support can change lives. Her ability to connect with audiences, telling personal and touching stories, made her message resonate deeply. David, while continuing his architectural work, began developing educational programs for young people interested in design and construction. He believed that by teaching the next generation about the importance of creating spaces that promote health and well-being, he could inspire future architects to make a difference in their communities. Lily, now a young adult, was about to embark on her own journey, inspired by her family's story. She decided to study medicine with a focus on pediatrics. Her determination and compassion made her an exemplary student, always ready to help others and learn more about how she could make a difference. Before leaving for university, Lily organized a special event at the Light of Hope Center, where she shared her dreams and thanked everyone who had been part of her life. During the event, Lily gave an emotional speech reflecting on her journey and the challenges she had overcome. "I am living proof that love can transform lives," she said, looking at the audience filled with friends, family, and community members. "And I am excited to continue this legacy, helping other children find their own light of hope." The event was a celebration not only of Lily, but of everything that Light of Hope had achieved. Sarah and David saw their daughter ready to face the world, armed with the same faith and determination that had guided them for so many years. With Lily heading to university, Sarah and David reflected on the path they had taken. They knew that, although their family was following new paths, the legacy of love and hope they had created would continue to grow and inspire others. In the years that followed, Light of Hope expanded its activities, reaching new communities and helping thousands of families find support and healing. The story of Sarah, David, and Lily became a symbol of resilience and faith, showing that with love and determination, it is possible to overcome any challenge and create a lasting legacy of hope and compassion. And so, their journey continued, marked by new challenges and achievements, but always guided by the same light of hope that had united them from the beginning. They knew that no matter where life took them, they were ready to face anything together with love and faith as their greatest weapons. As the years went by, Light of Hope became a beacon of inspiration, touching lives not only in Vancouver, but across Canada and beyond. The impact of Sarah, David, and Lily's journey was profound, igniting a movement of hope and transformation that resonated globally. Sarah, now an internationally recognized figure, felt it was time to take a new step in her journey. With the organization well established and led by a dedicated team, she felt called to expand her work on a global scale. She began collaborating with international organizations, spreading the message of hope and healing to communities around the world. Her goal was simple yet powerful: to create a global movement where everyone could find support and inspiration to overcome their challenges. David, always by Sarah's side, continued to use his skills to design spaces that promoted healing and inclusion. He began working on projects in developing countries, helping to build schools and community centers that offered safe and welcoming environments for children and families. His passion for creating spaces that transform lives earned him numerous awards and recognitions, but for him, the greatest reward was seeing the positive impact of his work on communities. Lily, now a young adult, was ready to embark on her own journey. Inspired by her family's story, she decided to study medicine with a focus on pediatrics. Her determination and compassion made her an exemplary student, always ready to help others and learn more about how she could make a difference. Before leaving for university, Lily organized a special event at the Light of Hope Center, where she shared her dreams and thanked everyone who had been part of her life. During the event, Lily gave an emotional speech reflecting on her journey and the challenges she had overcome. "I am living proof that love can transform lives," she said, looking at the audience filled with friends, family, and community members. "And I am excited to continue this legacy, helping other children find their own light of hope." The event was a celebration not only of Lily, but of everything that Light of Hope had achieved. Sarah and David saw their daughter ready to face the world, armed with the same faith and determination that had guided them for so many years. With Lily heading to university, Sarah and David reflected on the path they had taken. They knew that, although their family was following new paths, the legacy of love and hope they had created would continue to grow and inspire others. In the years that followed, Light of Hope expanded its activities, reaching new communities and helping thousands of families find support and healing. The story of Sarah, David, and Lily became a symbol of resilience and faith, showing that with love and determination, it is possible to overcome any challenge and create a lasting legacy of hope and compassion. And so, their journey continued, marked by new challenges and achievements, but always guided by the same light of hope that had united them from the beginning. They knew that, no matter where life took them, they were ready to face anything together with love and faith as their greatest weapons.